The National Marine Life Center in Buzzards Bay, where we featured a story earlier from this evening, is one of the few places along the East Coast from Maine to Connecticut that takes in stranded and injured seals. Once the seals are taken in and they have recovered, matured, and become independent enough to be deemed fit for survival, they are released back into the ocean. PCN went to Scusset Beach in Sandwich and joined other spectators who arrived from all around to watch the event.
Volunteers and interns from the National Marine Life Center stood outside of the entryway to Scusset Beach while men, women, and children arrived in droves, as if there were a free concert going on. When this truck arrived with its precious cargo on board, it became clear what the fuss was all about. These 3 seals were set to make the long voyage home.
Earlier in 2018, we were at the National Marine Life Center in Buzzards Bay when they were admitting and feeding some abandoned seal pups. Now we're getting a first-hand look at the process of releasing some older seals that were taken in for being sick or injured, now that they've been nursed back to health and deemed fit for the wild.
As the crowd grew, forming a horseshoe shape around a swath of beach reserved for the soon-to-be freed seals, this event began to feel more like waiting for a fireworks display than a seal release.
For the National Marine Life Center, releasing seals is absolutely our fireworks. It's our reason for being. We like to take these animals when they're sick and injured, do our best to rehabilitate them, get them well, and then put them back out into the ocean so that they can be wild seals.
Getting them to the beach and into the water is a multi-tiered process, the most difficult being putting them in the truck back in Buzzards Bay. Once here at the beach in Sandwich, volunteers hoist the crates and deliver each gray seal to roughly 30 feet from the shoreline. From left to right facing the ocean were Ellis, a female rescued from Duxbury who had suffered from skin disease and alopecia. In the middle was Millie, another female who was a rescue from Gloucester, suffering from severe shark bite injury. And on the right was Saugus, or Gus, the one male out of the group who was rescued from Revere, suffering from pneumonia. If getting the seals to the beach was a challenge, allowing them to find their way to the water on their own accord proved to be an almost bigger one. Luckily, there were plenty of volunteers on hand to direct and block.
We have these special shields, if you will. We call them herding boards or crowder boards because they allow us to kind of maneuver the animal around on the beach. They allow us to direct the animal in the right direction. They protect the crowd. The seals have big teeth, and when they're scared, they're not afraid to use them. And so these crowder boards allow us to protect the animal from us and protect us from the animal.
With an event like this one, the end game is to make sure that all of the seals get back into the water, regardless of how long it takes. And without the help of the interns and volunteers, none of this happens.
These animals require at least a tremendous amount of care, hundreds and hundreds of hours. And so having interns come in from all over the country, having volunteers come in from all walks of life and volunteer their time and donate their time to help these wonderful animals get back into the wild is really heartwarming and allows us to accomplish our mission.
Reporting from Scusset Beach on the mainland side of Sandwich, I'm Brian Sullivan for PCN.